Hi, this is Dr. Marenberg, and welcome to our class. I want to take you through some of the basics so you see how we're going to run this class and you become familiar with what's going on. Every week, right here under announcements, I will post the to-do list of what needs to be accomplished for that particular week. So you will see, for example, I'll scroll down to the first week, and it has a list of things to do. Review your syllabus, check your discussion groups, number your pages, and so on. Each of these links that are in a different color, either blue or red, are hot links, and you click on them and they will take you to that information so that you can get more information, read through the syllabus and things like that. Most of the things that you do for that particular week, you can do on your own at your own leisure, at whatever time you want to do them. There's some things, though. There's a deadline. Every week you're going to have some weekly, either a reading or something to listen to and do a reading check, and those will have particular due dates. But for many of these things, they're up to you to listen to the lectures, read the articles, take notes, and things like that. So that's just kind of where we're at. And you'll see these, and these will pop up. And those are the things that need to be accomplished during that week. So pace yourself accordingly. Here we have a copy of the syllabus, and I just want to draw your attention to a couple things. I have office hours here, and you, since we're both on campus, feel free to come visit or communicate with me, whatever way is most comfortable for you. But it's nice since we're both here that you can have to do that. Go through here. We don't have a formal textbook. We have a course packet. I encourage you to get that as soon as possible because there's going to be a lot of references to that as we go along, and you're going to be taking a lot of notes within that. So get that as soon as you can. That's in the school bookstore. There's also going to be weekly readings and guided questions that you need to accomplish, and we'll show you where that is in a little bit. What's going to be required? What will be graded upon? There's going to be a cumulative final exam at the end. There will be quizzes, 5 15-point quizzes. They are, I believe, true or false, and they will be on the certain modules or the certain content that you will be learning at that particular time. They are specific to that part of the course, and there's a little bit of chunking involved. You get to take, those are all online. You get to take them once. They're available for a 24-hour period. You'll know ahead of time when those things are, but under normal circumstances, I will not keep them open or extend them, so make sure you're aware of when they are. The third assignment is what's called a case study leader, where I will have certain narratives about students who are having challenges, behavioral challenges. You will read over this and create some questions based on a scenario, and you will need to either come together in person or online. I think perhaps since if you're in classes together, it's easier to do in person and answer questions and make a discussion about that. The case leader will then take the information that his group came up with and not only report what they said, but come back and revolve around and make connections to course material. So this is a very good example of application. There's these weekly reading checks, and I say reading checks as opposed to quizzes because they are open notes. You can refer. Every week you'll have some sort of article to read or a podcast to listen to or a video to watch, and you'll be asked to do some questions. You're allowed to repeat them as many times within that time frame of the week as needed in order to get the maximum number of points. So there's no excuse for you not to maximize and get all 5 points. And then the last assignment towards the end of the class is the expert advice synthesis paper, where I will assign you to watch some videos on authentic mid-level teachers who share how they set up their classroom rules, regulations, reward students, what's important to them, priority for recognizing good behavior, and organization, and then you will make some applications to that regarding how those apply to best practices we discussed in class and how it might relate to things that you want to come up with in your own class. Make sure so those are the assignments. They will all be referenced in the weekly to-do in the assignment section. There's some other information. I have a policy on resubmitting assignments. This to your benefit. Some information on policy and exam questions, what to do if you have questions, grading scale, take a look at that, and so on. If throughout the course you have questions that you think would pertain to everyone in the class, what I'd like you to do is come up here to communication, go to discussion, and you'll see a list. Find the one that pertains best to you. Assignments, quizzes and final exam, readings and course content, and post it there. I get a notification as soon as something's asked, and I will respond here. This way I don't have to answer the same question 4 times. If, on the other hand, you have something that is specific to you, that would be more appropriate to email me or come see me in person if it doesn't rely on everybody. But for things that pertain to pretty much the whole class, put it here. I'm really looking forward to working with you over the course of the semester. I think once you get into the routine and get a feel for what's coming up and how things work, you'll find that this is can be very comfortable and something that's going to be challenging for you in a good kind of way. So I encourage you to apply what you find in this class, not only to what happens in the field, but also with what you see in your other courses. One last piece of advice. I am a professor of special education. This course has a SPED prefix. So even though you are not going to be a special ed teacher, that is the lens through which we will be doing many of the things in this class. I'm going to always encourage you to think inclusively of every student who you might encounter and all the situations and circumstances that you might come across in a very diverse classroom. There will be times where I'm going to explicitly ask you to consider how you might change your outlook, your approach for kids who have different behavioral needs or have different learning needs or have different social needs. So I'm going to ask you to expand upon that and keep that in the back of your mind as we have discussion, as we learn through examples and practice, and as we do some writing and the assignments that come up. Thank you very much. Feel free to come visit, and I look forward to working with you this semester.